Oh, hi. Welcome to back to school night. So glad you're here. I'm chugging this coffee like nothing. Okay, you guys ready? I'm so glad you came. I know that you wouldn't be here if you weren't uh, eager to support your student to be successful in distance learning. And I want to let you know that is my same goal. As your eighth grade student's math teacher, I am committed to building the mathematical concepts and confidence in your students. So wherever they're at, it is my goal to just build that confidence. It is my goal that they have a firm understanding of where their strengths are and where they want to spend some time working. And that's a very healthy place to be mathematically. So thank you so much for coming. Uh, the classroom is a really fun place for me. And I want our class in distance learning to be a place where students want to show up, that they want to come, and that they feel safe to ask questions and they share their answers, and it's going to be great. So my name's Kira Kirby, and I am going to be teaching eighth grade math to your student. And if you have questions or concerns, or if you just want to see how your child's doing, the best way is to email me, and it's kira.kirby@sanjuan.edu. So that's my email. It's on the school website, and I have emailed you probably in the past. So hit reply, and I'll get back to you in a timely manner. Our math classes are in Zoom, and it's different, right? But we are going to make it work. When your child is in Zoom, there's things they can do to be more successful or to be successful. And that means being on time, having their Zoom in a quiet place, to be prepared, that they don't see their Chromebooks on 20% charge, because that's going to cause some anxiety. And that when they are presenting themselves in class, that they're wearing appropriate clothing, they're sitting up straight, and what else? Oh yeah, so that when we see the camera, we see them. We don't, need to see everything else, and have them mute themselves when they're not talking. That they're participated and focused. And sometimes, in particular in mathematics, if you're following a problem and you maybe like we're back there 2 steps and forward, it's the student really needs to chime in a little bit and say, hold the phone. And there will be multiple opportunities in class for them to ask for help or get clarification and support. And it is going to be a different kind of math class, but we're going to have fun doing flip grids where the kids can explain their learning still as though they would in class, explain their learning so I can hear their rationale and their thought process. That when they're using their audio or the chat function, that they're being responsible with what they say, that they're speaking clearly, and they're respecting others. So having grit in math is always important. And they have to give it their all. They have to try and read directions and maybe reread directions and redo things if necessary, to ignore the idea of giving up. We will not give up. That is not an option. And take the time to do it right. So take the time to really sit down with your math and give it a good effort. Your student is going to have math posted in their Google Classroom. And there's a neat spot right when they log into Google Classroom where they can kind of see all their classes. And it's kind of a neat function here that you can see what's due that day. Also, the rest of the work and previous work is going to be posted in the classwork section of the Google Classroom. And that's a really great way for your student to stay on task, to make sure that his or her assignments are turned in on time. And that's something that you can even ask, hey, show me your classwork, and you can show that there. Technology is a wonderful tool. It's how we're able to continue teaching and learning. And it can also be a bit of a distraction. So when we multitask, something gives. Like you don't do something as well, maybe as you would have if you were giving it your full attention. So social media and apps and games and sometimes even pets, but that's not technology. So that I'm going to address technology specifically like TikTok and Spotify and Twitter and WhatsApp and Instagram. These distractions are real. And in a time when our students definitely want that social interaction, when that phone pings at them, when that phone either it vibrates or it pings, like, oh, you have a notification, they can't help but check. They really want that engagement. But during class time, we really need them there, and I really need your support at home to make that a priority. So establishing Wi-Fi fun time. So like this is when you can be on your apps or your video game or your computer game or your Chrome extension game, um, and they need you to help them do this. The temptation is too real. They are not able to manage that very successfully themselves. So please, 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 just know, they're 13 and they just need some support in this area. And by setting these ground rules now, they will be more successful. Their head won't go spinning around because they're trying to multitask, listening to Mrs. Kirby and then looking at an article, and then TikTok is doing something, and Instagram you have a DM. So that's really going to help them be successful to not have those distractions during class. That goes for video games and computer games. So there's some good information for parents and guardians, anyone who cares about the students at Arcade on our school website. My website for our class is under departments and staff under the teacher webpage. And if you go to my webpage, you're going to see some good information about our math class. So there's our textbook, which is right here, and then our syllabus is going to be able for you to view or print on my website there. So in 8th grade mathematics, we're going to do a disciplined study of real numbers and their properties. We're going to learn about algebraic expressions, polynomials, exponents, and radicals, and algebraic relationships and functions. And we're going to graph them, and we're going to talk about how to solve them, and we're going to learn about the theories of inequalities of equations. Now, I know it sounds like a lot, but it's going to be a blast. And if your child has questions, if your student has questions, again, wherever they're at, we will build and we will grow. And that's my goal for your student and for the semester and the year long. You are a very important part of your student success. You, adult in the room, check up on your student regularly. Ask them, hey, has Mrs. Kirby done anything silly lately? What is she having you learn? And those are great ways for them to know they're accountable not only to me, but to you and ultimately to themselves so that they can get this good learning and be successful for high school, be successful and ready at the high school level. Thank you again for coming. If you have questions, email me. My email door is always open. I look forward to spending time with your child this year, your student, and we're gonna be good. It's gonna be a blast. So again, thank you again, and tell your child that